Good morning, Melissa.
Good
Um,
morning.
let's jump right into this week's discussion regarding mortgage lending. So I saw yesterday or 2 days ago on the 10th that the April CPI report came out and it looked like it was pretty good news. So tell me a little bit about that and how it's affecting interest rates.
It was basically all the economic news we got this week was good. So it has caused rates to come down a little bit. Of course, we were up and now we're back down. So still hovering in that 6 to 6.5% range for most people. But at least we're not bumping up towards 7, which gets a little bit more painful. But no, CPI was good. So that's the consumer price index number. The producer price index number came out yesterday. That was also good, so lower than expected. And the good thing with that is anytime producers have to pay more for the raw material, that cost almost always gets pushed on to the consumers.
Right.
So it's like a leading indicator that tells us that good things are coming.
Yeah.
So there
Yeah.
are a few things that could derail that, but for the most part, this is good news.
And just for people watching this, the CPI report is basically the consumer products that we use, right? It's the cost of goods these days. So and then the yesterday was
The producer price index.
yeah. So it's affecting, like you said, it sounds like interest rates are pretty much in a hold pattern right now. There's a slight roller coaster, but not much. And it's probably to do,
The roller coaster.
yeah, it's probably to do with the whole, our politicians in work or not in work, the debt ceiling that they have to figure out. You know, do they, I think one of the big questions is, do they not pay some of our debt or should they pay it? There's, and
Yeah, and not the concept of not paying it is terrible, and it would work out for the government, which would be for the entire United States population and economy, about the same as when you or I, if we decided, you know what, I'm just not going to pay my car payment this month. And what would that do to my credit score?
right.
It would tank it like terrible. My score would go down, drop like a rock. And that would mean any other future credit that I were to get would be much more expensive. So that would mean all government lending, which we are borrowing, we do an awful lot of it as a country.
Fannie, Freddie, yeah.
We live on government debt, would be more expensive. And that means more expensive for everybody and has a ripple effect on the entire economy.
Yeah.
Estimate that if we did default in some form, mortgage rates would probably immediately go to above 8.5.
Oh, crazy. They can't let this happen. I
No.
mean, I think they're fighting inflation and, all that stuff right now. And we're on the good side of it, it looks like, but I think this would put us into a whole different, bad scenario, unfortunately. Well, hopefully they can get that figured out so that we can see interest rates drop, because they are fully expecting that if payments are made on time by the government, that interest rates will be quickly down in the 5%.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of people predicting rates are headed down and probably will be in the 5s. Now, if is that 6 months from now, 12 months from now, we don't know, but there are, assuming we can get through this debt ceiling crisis, I think we're trending in the right direction. And I think we will see lower rates. I just don't know exactly when.
Yeah, we were hoping to see some by now, but you know what? At least we're not that up in the 7s anymore. So
Right.
great information. So hopefully that debt ceiling issue is taken care of in the right way. So I also saw an email that regarding the loan level price adjustments came out, and basically the government is reneging on making changes that impacts those with higher credit scores and low credit scores. So talk a little bit about that.
So this is actually the one related to debt ratio. So
Okay.
this is, and I think this is fantastic. news because this would have been bad for anybody that had a debt to income ratio above 40%. So that means more than 40% of their income goes towards housing expense plus other debt. And this would have affected conventional loans. There are a ton of conventional buyers who are between 40 and 49%, 49% being the maximum allowed on a conventional loan. All of those people would have been facing higher interest rates, which would have caused some of them not to qualify or have caused them to go to an FHA loan, which is not a bad loan, but that's another conversation. But just the fact that they decided not to do this is such good news. So
Good.
very, very happy about that.
I think they got a lot of pushback and there was a lot of convoluted information out there, which confused so many buyers, you know. So it was a good call on their part to not do, you know, what they had planned to do. And I think that was supposed to be like this week, right? Where it would start to be implemented.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So good. Now we don't have to worry about it. So,
Exactly.
okay, Melissa, is there anything else? I mean, it's been a big week financially here in the United States but what else do you
It
have?
has, I attended an economic forecast on Tuesday. But for the DFW area, it is mostly good news. And especially if you compare it to other, like the nation as a whole. We're living in a great place. Our economy is doing better than most. Our housing market is doing well. Inventory is a challenge here. I looked at average days on market here and it's like less than 30.
Yeah.
So inventory is probably our biggest challenge. But even the homes that go on the market, they're selling pretty quickly, which does make it a little bit challenging for buyers, but you've got to just get out there, be credit approved, be completely ready to put in the most competitive offer you can possibly make. And it's a good market, pretty even.
Got it. Yeah. So, you know, that leads us into really quickly that there are still buyers out here. And if you're thinking of buying a home, you know, don't wait. Again, you can buy the home that you love and change your rate later. You know, you can refinance down the road. And because there are buyers out here and inventory is very low, I think we're back down to 1.3 months of inventory, which is clearly a seller's market still. I don't think the Dallas area ever went to a buyer's market over the last, 6, 9, 12 months. We've always been a seller's market. Now it's just even better.
Yeah.
So, sorry, the puppy's talking now. Okay, anything else, Melissa, before I let you go?
No, I think that's it. I think it's, yeah. If you want to buy, get out there and buy. If you want to sell, good time to list. Very good time to list.
Yeah, it sure is. So contact either of us. Melissa, quickly, what is your contact information?
214-535-6738.
Okay, perfect. And then, of course, mine's 469-855-0199, or, you'll see my email and information below. And I'll also put Melissa's there as well. So thank you so much. And you have a great day and have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.